Everyone has a collection they love to collect. For some, it may be an exciting book or novel series. For others, it may be paint and paintbrushes. But for me, my collection is records, or more specifically, vinyl. Since late May of 2018, I've been collecting vinyl from several of my favorite artists, from the Beatles to Metallica. Now, I would love to show you my entire collection, but to do that in one video would take over 2 hours long, which would become a little boring. So to make it a little more watchable, I split my collection into a series, which meant that the videos would now take less than 1 hour long each. In early August 2025, I went through my entire collection to see how I would split this collection up. I decided that the best way to make these videos more watchable was split them into when I got each of them. In this video, I will be taking a look at the albums I got in 2019. Okay, so here's the batch of albums I got in the year 2019. First up, we have another Beatles album. This time it's Beatles for Sale. There it is. And there's the back. And this is actually kind of a cool gatefold design here. I kind of like this, actually. Once again, we have a white die-cut inner sleeve with a polythene layer, and a reproduction of the original black and yellow Parlophone label on both sides. But definitely a cool album for packaging. And then we come on to, from 1970, it's Let It Be. Again, this is a 2012 reissue. Got this before the 50th anniversary remix was released. It was also pressed in Europe. Green apple. I think originals had a red apple, if I remember correctly. Another white polyline inner sleeve, this time with an Apple label. Since they had formed this company in '68, they've been releasing their albums on Apple Records, which I think was a subsidiary of EMI that the Beatles put together. And now we come to our first non-Beatles album. This one was released in 1969. This is Led Zeppelin II. I think this is a 2014 reissue. Okay, stereo. Oddly, it doesn't actually say Led Zeppelin II on the spine there. And there's the back. It originally had a sort of Swan Song sticker, which I took off. What's actually kind of cool about this gatefold is that the front and back covers, they actually go together, so that's what the full cover looks like. And there's the gatefold. And there's the track listing. Atlantic Records this time, with the green and orange striped label. Another white polyline inner sleeve, but this time it has straight edges, whereas the Beatles albums I had these sort of curved edges. But on here we have straight edges. But another disc that was pressed at Optimal in Germany, I think, who are usually known for pressing high quality vinyl albums. And now we come on to another original pressing. It's not a modern reissue. It's The Doors' album, The Soft Parade, which, like the Beatles, it's not one of their best known albums, but it's still a pretty good album nonetheless. As you can see, it's been well loved over the years. There's still a bit of the spine text there. So yeah, I got a bunch of ring wear. There were some tears on the edges of here, so again I had to tape it up, but it was in decent shape. Another gatefold. Yeah, as you can see here, I had to tape up where these parts were torn. But it's in pretty decent shape. This came in a plain white inner sleeve, which is obviously yellowed over the years. It didn't come with a specially printed inner sleeve, which had the lyrics on one side and a picture of the doors on the other, each of them. And this is on Elektra Records with the red background. CTH, and the letter T. Oh. So yeah. It's a bit dusty, but it plays pretty well. Another T there. Not one of the Doors' most popular albums, but definitely a worth listen. And last one I got for Christmas 2019, we go from the Beatles' last studio album to their first studio album. From March 1963, this is Please Please Me, another 2012 reissue, and because this was pressed in Europe, it has a very nice glossy finish. There's the back, and I guess originals also had a sort of flip backs where these foldovers were actually over this, but here without them, it does look kind of looks kind of odd naked without it. But they do a decent job of reproducing that. Another white polyline die-cut inner sleeve. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. These sort of rounded corners right here. The disc is on Parlophone, but not the black and yellow. It's actually on a black and gold lettering here. I guess this was actually the last Parlophone album to receive this black and gold label. And if you try and find originals with this version of the label, it'll cost you a lot of money. At least 900 copies with this label were pressed, so they're worth a lot of money. So I guess the cheapest way to get a hold of a black and gold label is getting this, which is not to everyone's taste, but it's the closest thing you're probably gonna get. But definitely a real interesting find of any of these rock albums by these classic rock artists.